Okay. As we will keep on doing, because interesting with the whole Cody Rock and Roman. And I will say at this time that a lot of y'all are acting like Snyderverse people. And if you don't know what that means, then just go look about Snyderverse. While I was like, yeah, there's a group of people that really wanted it to get done. I was included. There's a bunch of people who took it too damn far to where it was like, oh, I don't want to be associated with those folks, and that's how a lot of y'all are what we want, Cody. But in that, I was thinking, and I was seeing how people were responding, and there's a few minute people of being either fine with Rock versus Roman, or there's even a smaller portion that doesn't mind what Roman's doing and all that other stuff. Is that I started to think about it. I'm like, I feel like a lot of y'all really want Roman's title reign to end more than you want Cody to finish the story. So, this is what I mean by this. Obviously, Roman has had the title for, breaking the record. I was like, I don't know the amount of days. I don't really care about that. I just know that it's been over about like 3 years. It's a very long time. In that amount of time, he has beat a lot of your beloved stars. In that amount of time, I was like, you have seen his match defenses decrease, especially this year. It has waned very low. You have also seen the storyline sort of hit its peak and sort of had just plateaued. Even some will say it started to fall like some stocks. I have said that I think that after the Jay loses at SummerSlam, that I really think that when Roman got hurt and was missing, and you had the Jimmy whole calling audible being the quarterback thing, that during that time, that's where they didn't really know what to do with the bloodline without Roman, and thus that's when it started to be like you took off the glasses and you were just like, I don't know if I like this. You really started being like trying to have to like squint and just like no. And he had a match. I was like, he had to match against LA Knight, which got everybody back into it. And then it was like, then he had, of course, the I was like, then after that, he would no, it was nothing. Then it was the Royal Rumble. So I think that, and I just think that Cody losing last year already had people with a sour taste in their mouth. That I think that y'all would have preferred anybody beat Roman. And I say that is because at every turn where y'all felt like he was going to finally lose, he never did. Against Drew, he didn't. Jay, he didn't. Like, y'all were perfectly fine with Jay winning the championship, just kind of got him off of Roman, even though that Jay might not have been ready for a main championship. I was like, y'all wanted Sammy to win it, even though you knew Cody was right there at the Royal Rumble. And you like, no, it wasn't. I was like, hell, everybody was like trying to give LA, and it's like he ain't had no damn chance. So at every point, it's like, okay, y'all are tired of Roman, y'all are tired of him. And I was like, people are saying like his character's back to where you used to boo and bang and dang. It's like, no, it's not that. That was horrible. That was bad. I wasn't even there for all of it, but that was bad. And I'm like, this one is more just like you're just tired of seeing it with the time. Cody finished his story. Had been something that ever since he lost it last year, everybody's sort of been waiting and waiting and waiting for him to do it. It's been something that we've known about for pretty much the whole year that was going to happen. No matter, I was like, that's why I was like, build the adversity. Then after a while, wasn't even saying adversity no more after like half the year was over. After that, we started saying finish story so much damn so that it went from like what everybody in the wrestling sphere was talking about. To they started using it on like actual TV, saying finish the story, finish the story. To the hell, to the point that we got everybody else trying to finish their story. Shinsuke, Drew, CM Punk, like everybody finishing their story. So it was a pretty gone like conclusion that Cody was gonna finish the story. So now come to the point of are we mad because Cody's not gonna finish his story, or because it's or that is the point that Roman's not going to be defeated. And the reason I say is more the Roman, other than the reason I laid out for trying to like for each side to try to be like why, is mainly because here it's like Cody, if he decided to face Seth Rollins for the championship, y'all wouldn't really like that. You know, I was like, Cody gets to decide how he finishes his story, but to finish the story has Roman in it, so therefore, I'm like, it's all about Roman. And I'm like, if somebody else would have won the Rumble, say it wasn't CM Punk or something like that, but it was somebody else, then you're just like, then Cody needs to win. Cody gonna have to win elimination. It's like because you know that that's the only person you feel is like that's the only one that's gonna take him down. More so than finishing his story, it's the only one that's gonna take him down. Cause nobody, I was like, and I was like, I get it, I understand him having that title reign, and I'm like, it's just something that to be honest, this is probably the last time that's gonna happen. It's just so hard to do something like that in this day and age. I think it would have been easier to do it like not 10 years ago, but maybe a little bit past that. I was like, I think Anyway, before we go on tangent, and I was like, I think the we want Cody thing is really because you don't feel like the Rock and Roman. You don't want the Rock with the title. So that would sound like maybe it is Cody just wanting us want Cody to finish the story because we don't see the Rock with the title. But let's be honest, that Rock is not going to beat Roman, and that's sort of the issue. Because I think if you had some idea that the Rock would do it, you'd be like, I don't like it, but say Cody faces the Rock, then you're like, I'm fine with him being a transitional champion. Y'all be fine with that part time. Because Roman ain't here in your lives. Roman doesn't have that title anymore. You get the title off Roman, it can go to anybody. Everybody's free to win. Whereas I'm like, yeah, I was like, Cody gets it. I guess he can, and he'll have it for probably about a long ass time as well. And I don't think this is something where it's like 60-40 of people that's in it. I think it is. I think it is close because I was like, this is what we've been building up to for Cody. It is. But this more has to do with the fact that you don't see anybody else viable to take down this behemoth of a guy that's holding your title hostage in Roman. And if Cody decides to Cody decides to not face Roman, you're like, I gotta get stuck with this guy for another umpteen time till he beats Hogan's record or whoever's record, and that's where everybody's at. Is that the complaints is pretty much is that Roman is going to have the title more than Cody getting what he deserved, what I think is sort of a loose term in the situation. But that's all I got. I was like, I don't need to hear if you necessarily agree with that or not, because most people are going to be like, no, I want Cody to finish his story. And I'm like, why is it important for you to finish the story the way you want him to finish the story? Yes, WWE has pretty much told that. He has told pretty much that way. But if his story is like how he says, is destroy everything around Roman, maybe he has some solace in seeing somebody else take Roman down because he gets to see him. Where it was like, that's karma. That's what you deserve. Maybe that's the end of the story. I don't know. Anyway, that's my whole thing. Is that, hey, we really just want Roman to lose than Cody necessarily having to be the one to do it. It just so happens that he's the only one we feel can take this one down. And you just really want the villain destroyed. You'll take whoever you can. Yeah. Anyway.